You heard the president say he's hoping the Democrats will get together with him and the Republicans to get something done on immigration. What are the chances of that?
Well, there's not going to be a big chance if what this is about is ending legal immigration. I know they'll tell you it's about border security. It's about stopping people from taking American jobs. I'm for that. It's about keeping us safe from terrorists. I'm for that. But it's really about, if you listen, it's really not about a border security measure. It's not about a fence. It's not about a wall. It's about what they call chain migration, which is a word which is very harmful to the debate and also very offensive to people like me, because it's really about family reunification and family-based visas. There are millions of people in line to come to America being sponsored by their dads and their moms and their brothers and their sisters and children sponsoring their parents. This is about keeping families together. It's the cornerstone of our immigration, and they want to end that. They want to end diversity visa. I mean, think about it. About 45% of the visa go to sub-Saharan Africa. I mean, they talk about chain migration, and yet people who came here in chains, literally, as slaves, who can today come here freely to America can't, because they want to eliminate those programs. So what I would suggest is that we deal with what they originally proposed. They said, let's do border security and we'll do the Dreamers. I think that's a fair compliment that we can work on.
So you would be willing to actually appropriate some money, significant money, for the border security in exchange for dealing with the Dreamers issue, just specifically, without all the chain migration, the lottery system?
Yeah. Let me put it to you this way. Look, when they took the Dreamers hostage, you knew you were going to have to pay a ransom. If you're not going to sit down with the hostage taker and pay a ransom, you might as well not negotiate. And that's what we have to do. Democrats are in the minority, and I think that part of this debate, unfortunately, discussion has kind of gone away about the lives of 800,000 young people who, if deported, will be put in the hands of human drug smuggling rings, of cartels, of death and murder. Is that really what we want to do, is deport young people who have been educated in this country, who are American and everything but a piece of paper, and deport them back to countries that they know nothing about and can be literally very harmful to their well-being?
Absolutely. There's a major moral component to this. But let me talk about politics as I look at you up there with the Capitol building behind you. Politics do matter in this. And as a practical matter, an overwhelming number of people across the country say we want to allow the Dreamers to stay. There's no question about that. But at the same time, a majority also say we don't want to shut down the government over it. Is it worth it from the Democrats' point of view to shut down the government again over this issue?
Look, here's what I think. I think the senators should not have caved. I think they should have stood their ground. Here's my position on all of this. If you believe that the Dreamers are a valuable component of American society, that they've registered once, twice, in the tens of thousands, 3 times with the government, and that we want to put them in a safe, protected place, and the other side won't yield, you can't put your party politics ahead of what's good for the nation, again, ahead of principle, ahead of your values. And I think we should have stood our ground and protected them and forced a compromise. Look, they don't want to reach a decision. Here's what they're saying. They're saying that when my mom came here 65 years ago, she had a 5th grade education, right? She didn't speak English. That those kinds of people shouldn't come to America anymore. I think my mom did a pretty good job, but she wasn't alone. There were millions of other moms just like her and dads just like mine who came to this country, who worked hard. And how did they do it? They did it because they had their families. Their families create small businesses. And you would think that Donald Trump would understand it best, given that he inherited the business from his dad. And his kids are going to inherit it from him. And he surrounds himself by his family because he thinks that's good business. Guess what? It's also good immigration policy.
So, Congressman, I don't think there's anybody watching who would disagree that your mom did a good job. So we'll just take that as stipulated, all right? But let's come back to the basic question that President Trump is raising. You said what's good for the country. Wouldn't an approach to allowing people to immigrate based on merit, as they say, that is what they can contribute to the society, isn't that a sensible way to approach it? A lot of countries around the world, including Canada, for example, follows that. Why isn't that a sensible approach?
Okay, a couple of things. Certainly we can do that. Why don't we do more of it? And at the same time, why aren't we also investing in educating Americans to do the jobs that we want to bring in high-skilled people to America? I want to invest in that, too. And I'm very pro-immigrant. Yes, you can do that, but you don't do that at the expense of family-based oriented migration. Because here's what's going to happen. If you stop legal immigration, as they want to do, then you create illegal immigration because you create an incentive for the drug smugglers and the human smugglers to bring those relatives here to the United States. So let's bring them with visas in an orderly fashion. It was good in the past. It helped the Irish, it helped the Germans, it helped the Poles, it helped millions of people come and create and build America.
Right.
I assure you that the immigrants of today are creating jobs. And it's almost as though family-based means dumb people are coming. No, they're very smart people, they're industrious people, and they make America a great nation.
So, Congressman, it's clear there's a lot of things to be sorted through. Are we going to shut down the government again within the next 30 days?
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see the senators doing that in the Senate, and they won't do it here in the House. So I don't see that happening. But here's what I think, unfortunately. You know, the March 3rd deadline for the Dreamers is quickly coming. And, you know, every day, a couple of hundred of them already lose their work permits. That means that's a classroom teacher that has to say bye to her students, or a doctor, to her patients, or a nurse, to a hospital setting. Look, they're losing them. We shouldn't do this. The President of the United States said he was going to be great, he was going to be kind, he was going to be generous. Let's do that. If you want more border security, here's what Dick Durbin did with Lindsey Graham. Went over there, offered him $1.6 billion as a down payment on what he calls his wall. And he rejected it. Schumer went there and said, here's the money. So it's really not about the wall, is it? And it's very hard to negotiate with someone who keeps changing the negotiation on you.